here with wide receivers coach Jelani Berassa. Coach, year 2 here for you at FIU. How different is this year compared to last year for you now? You know, entering a new program, a lot of new players, now a lot of returners in your room specifically, and a couple new guys too.
Oh man, year 1 to year 2, it's a very clear difference. You know, I have returners that, you know, that are used to my coaching. They're used to me and how I operate and things like that. That's a blessing. The number 2 is, which probably is the main thing, is the continuity within our playbook and what we're asking for. You know, the standard. Just first and foremost, just getting lined up in this offense can be a lot for receivers to learn, and these guys, they know it. So right there, we started off at a much better place than we started off last year this time.
Talk about some of your returners. You have obviously McGuire, you have JoJo Stone, Kyle McNeil. Just talk about how important is it to have those guys to help out the new guys too, because you said, you know, your coaching style and just the way this program now looks a year, you know, into the Willie Simmons and this coaching staff era.
Yeah, man, it's great to have those guys back, man. Guys like Kyle McGuire, JoJo Stone, Eric Nelson, you know, these guys returning. And against the continuity, you can see the execution level has went up with these guys, right? They still have plenty of things they can get better at, but the execution is what's better, right? Which gives us the best chance, okay? So it's great having them back, man. You never can assume anything when you have good players at our level, and to get those guys back is the first win that we got.
Talk specifically about Kyle McNeil, a guy who's been in this program for a couple of years now. Finally got his first full season as a receiver under you guys, and now seems like he's really improved from year 1 with you guys up until now in fall camp.
Yeah, man, Kyle is one of those guys, man. Again, you can see just his level of play. I have an old school coach that's kind of like my mentor, man. He always left me with a mantra saying a year makes a difference, and Kyle has proven that probably the most around me right now. Kyle has won awards like the most improved in the weight room, the most improved on the offense. You know, he's received those awards. He actually received that award last year when we first got here in the spring, and then he received it again at the end of the spring again in the weight room. So that just shows and speaks to his work ethic and his growth, you know, and that's what you got to do. A year literally makes a difference with a lot of these kids in development, and Kyle is a perfect example of that.
Talk about some of the newcomers. Obviously, Greg Gaines, a guy who had over 1,000 receiving yards at Rhode Island and comes in as a really big key factor for you guys in the offense.
Yeah, man, it was great. It was a great deal for us to be able to land Greg Gaines and get him here, because he was kind of highly sought after, and he chose us. He felt like we was the fit. So that was great to just get him here. And then having him here now, I mean, he's checking off the boxes and why we brought him here. You know, he's a very mature kid. He's had plenty of success in college football already. And the way just he handles his business day to day, he's a grown man, you know, and he handles his business like that. He has aspirations to be a pro. And my message to the guys all the time is that if you come here to be a pro, if you're trying to be a pro, don't start acting like that when you actually become a pro. You have to train and practice to be a pro that you want to be one day, right? And Greg embodies all of that, man. And it's really a pleasure to have him. I think he'll be a great asset in our offense this year for sure.
Is it a little bit of an adjustment for you guys having a 6'7" quarterback? Is it any adjustment at all in terms of where he's placing the ball? Obviously, tallest quarterback in program history for you guys.
Yeah. For us at receiver, I don't think it makes a difference necessarily. For us offensively, it makes a difference because now he can see over the line. He may be able to stand in the pocket a little better than the smaller guy can, right? But for us at receiver, it makes no difference. We just want the ball close, whether you're short, whether you're tall, and JJ does a good job of that.
Talk about some of your freshmen, Penson, Scholes. It seems like a really good class.
Man, these freshmen are really good, man. You know, again, they're proving us right in the reason that we recruited them here and we lobbied to get them here, and we're proving right that we fit each other, right, man. Malik Penson's been having a really good camp. Barrett Schultz has just got here this summer, and he's lights out, man. And you know, those guys, again, it's all about development. Those guys still got to develop and make the transition still. So they're kind of still going through that phase. But, man, as much as we can be asking from young freshman receivers right now, competing with some really good, talented receivers in our room, those guys are doing a phenomenal job, and we're really happy to have them.
Does it make it tougher for you to decide who gets in there on game days when you have freshmen pushing even the vets?
Yeah, man, that's the tough job that I'm tasked with, man. But I have a good problem. Everybody can't play, but I do have a lot of guys that are able to play, right? But then that's also what gives our group the edge, is that guys know that they have to come and compete at a very high level because our room plays at a very high level, right? So it's going to be the little things that make the difference. So for a freshman to come in and play, again, he just has to be able to come in and develop fast, make that transition fast, and compete at a high level. And if they out-compete the older guys, we will see what happens. We're not scared to play young guys at all on this football team.
What does your decision-making process now change a little bit more when you know that there's no more redshirting and it is a 5-year eligibility rule a little bit, or no?
Yeah, it does change because you have the old school mindset of having a redshirt opportunity is if we can protect a guy's year, then you'll protect it. But now it's as much as we can get out of each guy on this roster, we're going to try to get the full potential out of each guy on this roster. There's nothing to wait for. They got their 5 years, and we're going to try to take advantage of that time that we have with these guys as much as we can. So it changes it a little bit, but as far as competing for that spot, it doesn't really change at all. The best guys will play, and the backups will be the backups.
Last one for you. What goals do you have set for your receiving room in 2026?
Man, the main goal is to just affect the game in a positive way as much as we can. Affect this team in a positive way as much as we can, man. That's really just following the rules that coach set for our team, man. Just be where we're supposed to be, doing what we're supposed to do, how it's supposed to be done, right? And then understand the whys of why we got to do it like that. If I can see my group do that, then we'll hit whatever goals that we're setting, But it starts there, man. I just want a disciplined group that shows up to compete, man. That's it. Disciplined group shows up to compete and does their job at a high level. We can get that, the Panthers going to end up in a great place.